Hey, I'm just going to shoot a quick video. I might make a high quality one further down the track, but for the moment, this is just going to be basically me talking and showing you what I've done building my first cube. For any North Americans, um, when I say pauper cube, which is the way I pronounce the word, and in this context, pauper cube is what I'm building, I'm actually talking about a pauper cube, as you might actually call it. So yeah, pauper cube is what I've been building, and although there's some really awesome information on YouTube, particularly from Tolarian Community College. I'll put some links in the description of this video about what cube is and his beginner tutorial on how to start a cube. Really useful. Definitely check those out. If you don't know what a cube is, watch the what is a cube video, and if you're thinking of starting a cube, check out the beginner's tutorial. But after watching those videos and setting out to actually make my cube, which I decided I was going to do, I was going to make the pauper cube. I knew what the end goal was, and I knew the concept, but I didn't have the steps, and I didn't know exactly how to go about it because I don't actually have much of a collection. I know how to play Magic. I've done a bunch of drafts. I've built a couple of standard decks, but I don't have a collection. I'm not a long-term player, so I needed to gather 360 individual cards, and I didn't really have an exact plan. And I'm about halfway there, and I basically just want to show you how I got to this point and how I plan to finish. So the first thing you want to do is check out that Cube Tutor website. Click on one of the links from the professor's video about Adam Styborski's Pauper Cube, of which he basically copied, or someone made a copy without the most expensive commons in there. Check out that list, and at first it's kind of finicky to work out how to use the website. I don't know, maybe I'm just technologically inept, but it's kind of difficult to work out, but just kind of play around, see what you can work out, because there is a filter which I found to be really useful, and I'm definitely going to be using that filter a lot, because when you look at just a list of cards, you have no context for them. When you hover over the card, you can see a picture, you can see a set symbol, but if you don't know what that set symbol is, then you've got to go into the archive, find out what set that's from, and when you're doing that for 360 different cards, it can take a long time. So the first thing you want to do is find a list that you want to build, which I decided to copy that pauper list on the professor's video, and that Adam Styborski cube was the one I was going to build. The next thing you want to do is export the video. When you look at the list, there's a button that says export. You can export it in text. You want to export it. It's gonna put it all into like a WordPad document. You want to copy everything and put it into a Word document. Highlight the first page of card names, and then you want to click on the button that says create columns, and then you want to create 3 columns of lists, and they will be in color order. And so you'll go from 9 pages of 1 column of cards to 3 pages, and each page having 3 columns, and it'll look something like this. You have 3 pages like this, and you can see each card. Because the reason you want to do this is because now you can take this into your local card shop. Instead of having a list on the website, now you actually have cards that you can, a paper list that you can cross off once you get each card. Then what you want to do is you want to make annotations to this list. You want to, it's already separated by color, but you want to like divide it by color so you can clearly see, right, this is the white section, this is the red section, this is the blue section, and so on. Then once you've done that, divide it into creatures. It's pretty good that it's already organized into that order, but you just want to make those annotations yourself. It's separated by creatures, then by converted mana cost, and then alphabetical. Once you've got all those kind of divisions, it's much easier to see. You're not just looking at a huge mass of words, it actually makes sense. All right, these are your sections, and this is the parts you need to fill out. Then you want to go through and on the filter, back onto the Cube Tutor website, looking at the deck list, click down on the filter, and I went reverse chronologically set by set. And so I started with Magic Origins because that's the current set. There was a few cards in Magic Origins. When you see that filter, only a few will show up at the bottom of the screen, and then you write down like the Magic Origins kind of shorthand next to each card, like an abbreviation, like MOR for Magic Origins, I guess would probably make sense. And then so on, you go reverse chronologically. Then I went Khan's block, each set. M15, I did all the core sets in one, like M15, M14, M13, and so on, so on. Then I did Theros block and so on, reverse chronologically until about half of that takes a long time. Like it took me a couple of hours just to get back to like Zendikar block, and then so you've got annotations of each set next to each card for the most part, and that's pretty much where I'm up to. And then I've gone through basically at my local card shop there. The cards are organized by set, like the commons. They're in these huge boxes under the counters, and you say, hey, can I check out the Innistrad commons? And hold out the box. Then you've got your list, and you know which 10 cards from Innistrad you need for your cube. And you go, okay, I need 2 black creatures. And then you go to the black section. You say, all right, this is the card I need, and this is the card I need. It's much, much easier than having this huge list and not really knowing where to start. And then it gets kind of messy, but it makes sense to me. This is the list that I'm up to now. Starts with the white. That might be backwards. I don't know. It's backwards to me. But you can see now I cross it out with a line and I highlight each card that I've got. I'm up to about about 160, and I'm doing a 360 card cube, which is a small one. And that's pretty much the way you want to do it. Hopefully this video is going to be useful to some people. I might make a better quality one further down the track. Yeah, enjoy.